Victor Jara, what do you know about him? Because I know that you're going to meet with Joan, so tell me about Victor Jara and that story.
Well, Danny sent me a whole load of reading materials to prepare for this documentary, and Joanna was somebody that that Danny was keen on meeting with. So I learned a lot about who he was, how he was a man of extreme poverty, how he loved his people and was basically a folk hero. He was the equivalent basically of Bob Dylan, you know, except I had never ever heard of him, and I was deeply ashamed. I was delighted to have made the discovery of him and his music, and I was very touched to learn of her story, of Joanne's story. And so as a musician, to have the privilege to sit down with her and hear from her firsthand what her experiences were, I feel very humbled to have that gift, you know.
What about the women of the agrupación La Cueca Sola?
La Cueca Sola. I think the idea is so extraordinary. One extraordinary idea to bring something so painful and ugly and create something beautiful out of it, you know. And by doing so, they got the eyes of the whole world to look at what was happening here. That's powerful, you know. That's really powerful when the media's doing its best to tell the story and nobody gives a shit. But then you get a group of bereaved women who create this incredible take on such a traditional dance to highlight the missing partners in their lives. I find incredibly moving and quite brilliant.
Maybe these stories will inspire you to write songs maybe later in the future. Do you think so?
I don't know about how it will affect my songwriting. I know that the experience of meeting with these people, having this experience with Danny, who already has inspired me and changed the way I look at the world, that will influence me as a human being.
What would you say to the Chilean society in these times that we are living?
I don't know what to say. I'm not a politician, I'm not an academic, I'm not an intellectual. I don't have the information, you know, at hand. But I do believe that the world is a different place than it used to be, thanks to social media. That in 1 week I saw 1 million people amass in Lebanon, and 2 days later I saw 1 million or more here in Santiago, protesting against government, which is essentially a patriarchal system that has been in place for centuries and centuries and centuries. And I really believe that the world is changing and that all marginalized voices are now, they've had enough. And they're like, we are mighty. There's millions of us all over the world. Why are we putting up with this shit? We're going to make change. And I believe in it. I believe in progress and I believe in evolution. And so I say to the people of Chile, good luck. The world is watching you, is being inspired by you. And I think you're remarkably courageous.